do video number 3, which is on rates. And this is when I'm really getting into cross product. And what I want to do here is I want to just take a quick look. What are rates? Basically, it's a comparison of two different quantities. So I'm going to take a look at 3 examples. The first one says I drove 60 miles. Sorry, I'm getting my pen. I drove 60 miles in 1.5 hours. How long will it take me to drive 90 miles if I maintain the same speed? So what I'm going to do is this. And this is what I think is really, really, really important. You should really, oh goodness me, I'm sitting on my keyboard and that's messing everything up. You should really just make a little table that says miles and then hours. And this labeling here is critical, all right? So now let's take a look at what information I have. I know that 60 miles took me 1.5 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 60 over 1.5. And if you're wondering why, it's because the 60 goes with the miles and the 1.5 goes with the hours. Now this is why it's so important. The next part says, how long will it take me to drive 90 miles? So what do I know? I have 90 goes up here. So I'm trying to figure out how long will it take me? How long? That's a time, not a distance. So that's going to be my x. I don't know what that is. Now here's where we're going to use our cross product. So once again, I've been talking about this constantly in my first 2 videos. So here we go. I'm going to multiply 60 times x. And when I do that, I get 60x equals, and then I'm going to do this over here, 90 times 1.5, which is 135, I believe. Yeah, it is. I don't even know why I'm doing this on my calculator. I am correct. Yeah, 135. So I'm going to divide both sides by 60. And when we do that, we get 135 divided by 60, which is 2.25. Now, that's not your answer. Your answer is 2.25 hours. And I don't really want to get too much into this, but does anybody know what 1/4 of an hour is? 0.25 of an hour. You could do 0.25 times 60. But you can also just think of it like this. 0.25 is also 1/4 of an hour, and an hour is 60 minutes. Well, that would mean it's going to be 2 hours and 15 minutes. All right? And if you check it out on your calculator, you will see that I am correct. All right. So cross product, super useful there. My dog eats half a can of dog food per meal. All right? So let's see. Half a can of dog food per meal. If I have 24 cans, how long will this last her? All right, so I have cans and I have meals. All right, so let's see. Cans and meals. So it's half a can of dog food per meal. This word per means 1. So I have 1/2 over 1. And now I have 24 cans over how many meals? I don't know. So once again, when I do cross product here, it's going to be 1/2 times x equals 24 times 1. Well, 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 24 times 1 is 24. Because I have a fractional coefficient, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. And that gives me x equals 48, what? 48 meals. All right? 48 meals. That's pretty good. And then the last one says, I took my pulse after doing some jumping jacks. My heart beat 24 times after 15 seconds. So I'm talking about beats. I'm talking about seconds. And it says, how many beats should it be after 1 minute? So you might say, all right, so let's say I have 24 beats, 15 seconds, and that's equal to, and a lot of times people say that 1, and they'll just say, oh, 1. But that's obviously not correct because we're talking about 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. So I'm not going to put it up here because beats belong up in the top in the numerator. That's going to be my x. So once again, I'm going to do 15 times x. I'm going to do 24 times 60. So I get 15x equals, what is that, 1440? 24 times 60 is 1440, good. And then I'm going to divide by 15, divide by my coefficient. X equals 1440 divided by 15 is 96. I should have 96 beats out of that 60 seconds. If I plug it back in, it would be 96 beats per minute. All right? That's it. So once again, cross product, super useful.